Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Bedrock Edition tutorial with me, Elven Dragon. Today I'm going to be showing you how to build a combination Guardian Raid and Iron Farm that also works as a trading hall. Now just some basic information before we get into building this farm. This farm will get you about 3,000 drops per hour at the max, but rates will vary depending on where you build it and just random spawn chance. Now this farm is capable of farming a wide variety of mobs and getting about 31 different types of drops, as it will spawn everything from fish and dolphins and squid to guardians, golems, evokers, and witches. And if you build it in the right biome, you'll also get endermen and strays wandering in. And if you decide to stick a gold farm on top, you will also get zombified piglins. So of those drops, you will get about 400 Prismarine shards and 200 Prismarine crystals. More cod than you will ever need. About 100 ink, 160 iron, and 100 emeralds per hour. As well as assorted iron gear, totems, useless saddles, various witch drops, poppies, string. In addition to all of that, you will also get quite a few bones and a nominal amount of gold from the base farm. So despite getting all of those drops each hour, this farm is not overly laggy. However, if you want more gold to be produced, you can put a gold farm above it. However, this will increase the amount of lag the farm produces considerably. So how this farm works is that the lower spawning platform will spawn guardians, as it is built over an ocean monument. And the upper spawn platform is set up just below a village so that it spawns iron golems. So the lower platform will occasionally spawn pillager patrols at a very low rate, about maybe once every 4 or 5 hours. However, you can speed this up considerably if you have access to an outpost. Simply build up a kill chamber at the pillager spawn spot and make sure that you are the one who threw the trident for the trident killer there. If that outpost is loaded, then every time that trident kills a pillager captain, you will get the bad omen from it, no matter where you are in the world. So even if your outpost is thousands of blocks away from your monument, you will still get the bad omen. And if you happen to be in a village above that monument, you will get a raid happening at your monument. Now, since we also have iron golems being produced from this farm, which aggro to just about everything that this farm produces that's hostile. So the golems will attack the guardians, the pillagers, and just about all of the hostile mobs that may spawn in the farm, which means that some of your items are sped up dramatically because the golems are assisting you in killing them. In addition, the guardians will aggro to the squid that spawn, which will help speed up your rate of ink gathering. And all in all, it's just pretty hilarious to watch guardians being tossed about by golems. So I have all of our building materials here on this board behind me for each part. And so without further ado, let's get started. Alright, so the first part that we're going to build here is our guardian farm. So you're going to want to find yourself an ocean monument and go down on top of your monument, remove your elder guardians, and place a block on each of the corners of the top of the monument. From there, you're going to want to go out by one block and connect them by a ring of solid blocks in your choice. Alright, so starting from the ring, you're going to want to go out 16 blocks. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And you're going to want to do this in all directions. Alright, so once you have that platform built up, you're going to want to place another block in the corner. Another ring of solid blocks of your choice around that. And then from that ring, you're going to want to go out another 8. And you're going to want to do that on all sides. So at this stage, a very quick way to easily check to make sure that you've built everything correctly and didn't miscount is to see if the corner of your ice platform lines up with the corner of your monument. Now once you've got this second ring done, you're going to want to go place a block in each corner and build another ring around the corners. But this time, you're going to want to build it all the way up to the surface. Alright, so now that you have your outermost ring here complete, your next step is to drain this entire center part. Alright, so once you've managed to drain out all the water, you're going to want to take out this arch here in the center of the monument. Now for the next step, you're going to want to find where the middle of this platform is. Do this however you want. You can try and calculate it on your own. Or you can just place down some water buckets. You're going to want to break out those 4 blocks. Place down a sign. Sign on top of that. Sign off of that sign. Another sign off of that sign. And a 4th sign right there. This will allow you to have a clear opening for mobs to drop into the monument. And you're going to want to clear out this top room. So dropping down into the monument here, you're going to want to build up your Trident killer right at about floor level. And the reason for this is because there is currently a bug in the game that causes guardians to mysteriously float, but only around the ocean monument when you take them out of water. So you're going to want to replace that block with piston facing in, that one, and that one. Waterlog that piston. And then build up your drop chute here out of Obsidian. Now the reason you're going to want to use Obsidian is because there is a chance of creepers spawning in this farm, and you don't want a golem to accidentally hit a creeper and have your kill chamber completely blow up. However, before you close that off, make sure you check a couple tridents into there. So now you're going to want to go around with repeater, dust, dust, repeater, and have those all face into blocks. And then change all of those to 2 ticks. Grab yourself out a lever, place that down, flick it once, and you should hear the tridents going. Now you're going to want to drop down below this, and underneath here you're going to want to have 3 solid blocks, storage, and some hoppers running into it. Once you've got that in, grab some rails, place them in there, Hopper Minecart on top of that, and that should collect all of your drops. Now to get your experience out, you're going to want to break that block and that block. Half slab there, place that block, take out that block, and now all of your experience should come out right there. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is create up your experience transport line. So grab out blocks. I'm personally using packed ice for the bottom. And you're going to basically just want to build a 1 block high tunnel all the way out to beyond the edge of your farm. With that though, you're going to want to knock out that first block there, hopper, hopper, and that will collect drops that manage to get their way into the experience transport line. Alright, so future Elven here with a bit of a mild derp. If you just have the 1 hopper here at the start, then you will have the occasional item managing to get all the way up the XP transport system. So if you'd rather not have items flowing all the way up, then just simply replace the second block as well with a hopper, and that should catch all the items. Once you've gotten your transport line all the way past the edge of the farm, you're going to want to place a piece of soul sand to create a bubble column going up, and continue your transport line all the way up to Y96. Once you're there, you're going to want to bridge out till you're in about the center of the farm, and that will be your AFK point. Alright, so once that is done, you're going to want to drain the lower part of this tube. So once the tube is fully drained, you're going to want to go and place a bucket of water on that very first block there. Seal that back up. And then you're going to want to go around to the outside, break a hole in the side like so, climb inside, and start filling in your water stream here by placing buttons and buckets of water. Make sure to place a button right before the soul sand and finish filling your bubble column all the way up to the top. Once you're at the top here, you're going to want to pull out some leaves and use those as your walls. And the reason for that is to prevent raids from spawning on this. Get a water stream going down started, and basically do the same thing for up here. So now you're going to want to cover the rest of this water stream here with leaves, again to prevent raids from spawning up here, all the way up to the very last block. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to build up the iron farm part of this. And you're going to want to grab out your scaffolding, go all the way up, right near the center here. And you're going to want to place down some solid blocks here up at Y94. And what you're going to want to do is build up a platform here. Just big enough to hold 20 beds. Just spiral them around like so. And then bed in the center of each of these. And then you're going to want to go and knock out all of these solid blocks. Alright, so now back up on your scaffolding at Y91, you're going to want to go and build a platform that is 8 blocks out from the center on all sides. So a 18 by 18 platform up here out of solid blocks. Alright, so once you got that platform built, knock out a 2 by 2 from each of the corners, and along each of the outsides, place stairs of your choice. in those 2x2 holes that you knocked out on the same level as the stairs. Place in some solid blocks in a V like so. And go ahead and start waterlogging all of your stairs. If you've built it correctly, all the water should flow to the center and stop there. And then your next step is to raid-proof this platform. So go ahead and put some solid blocks, or really whatever block you want, on top of there. And go all the way around. Then go ahead and place a layer of leaves on top of that. Alright, so once that's completed, go ahead and build up a platform of leaves up at Y96. This will be your AFK box, as well as your villager trading hall. Alright, so once you've got a 9x15 platform built up, you're going to want to put walls around the outside here. There, make sure to leave a space for your door. And bring this up to 2 blocks. Alright, so once you have a 2 high block wall around the outside, you're going to want to get out your crafting stations and place down one every other block, going from the corners, like so. And then you're going to want to place one more in the middle. Repeat on the other side. And then you're going to want to have 2 more right there. Once you have those in, you can replace the leaf blocks behind them with a solid block and place in leaf blocks on either side. And once you have all those built up, grab your water source, waterlog the block behind each of your workstations. And then go up by 1 block here and put in your roof, making sure to leave open holes wherever you have a water source. Now once you have the roof in, it's time to bring in your villagers. Basically get them up here by whatever method you wish, be it boat leads and scaffolding or bubble column, and basically get them in here, wait for them to link, and basically push them into the cells where they link. The water will stop them delinking from their beds. Now you're going to want to avoid having too many librarians, farmers, or fishermen in here because those professions do not work in the rain, but all others are fine. And so once your villagers are in their cells, simply place leaves above their heads when they go down and they're bouncing to seal them in. Alright, so once your villagers are all in, that is your iron farm part of the farm complete. So now just hop back down below and you're going to fill in the last bits of the guardian farm. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to fill in the innermost layer with water. You're going to want to leave the second block from the corners unfilled, and then you're going to want to fill in the corners. This will cause all of the water to push in towards the middle, and then you're going to want to do the same for the secondmost layer. Alright, so on the second layer here, the water won't reach all the way to the middle. So you're going to want to go around the outside with a line of buttons on the last bit of water. Once all your buttons are in, you're going to want to go around to each of the corners. Place a sign on top of that button there. Place another sign on top of that button. And place a sign in the corner. And then just repeat that on all the corners. Alright, so once all of your signs are in, you're going to want to grab a piece of ice. Place it right inside those signs there. Torch on top. Water sources starting one block away from that corner block. And do that on all four sides. Alright, so once your middle ring is filled in, you're going to want to do the same thing that you did with the innermost ring on the outside. And so fill that in with water, starting one space away from the corner block. And place a water source in the corner. You're also going to want to grab out your ladders and place an emergency escape ladder in the corner. That way you can get out should you accidentally fall into the farm. So once all of your water is in place, your last step is going to be to go around the outside of this platform here and cover it with leaves. This ensures that the only suitable spawning spots for any raids is in the water streams. And so once the rim here is all leafed up, this part of the farm is done. So now you're probably wondering how you're getting the bad omen for the raids, and that comes from the fact that every so often this farm will spawn a pillager captain. However, you can dramatically speed up the rate of raids by having a second person AFK at a raid farm, simply to get you bad omen. Just make sure that you're the one who threw the trident, and whenever a captain spawns from the outpost, you will get the bad omen and trigger a raid at the GRITS farm. Now, if you have an outpost that has multiple spawning spots, you can throw a trident at one of the spots, have your second account or friend throw one at the second spot, and then you will be able to get raids from one at the GRITS farm, and your second account will get one at your raid farm. Alright, so just a couple of additional notes just to wrap things up. You can put a gold farm above this thing. However, if you decide to put a portal tick farm, I would only recommend putting one. Otherwise, you risk reducing your guardian and raid rates by significant amounts. And every so often, a evoker will notice a golem and spawn vexes. There's no real way to prevent this, so just spam boats around your villagers. It's pretty rare. Out of the 26 hours of testing that I did on this farm, I only had it happen 3 times. However, that is going to be it for this tutorial. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. And I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye!